We can get right to it. So, you guys finally exit the toxic, lung damaging cave, and you find yourself out into a blast of what's surprisingly hotter than inside the caves fresh air. Well, as fresh as it can be. You see the glistening sands sparkle as your feet kind of sink into it as you step out. Before you is a large mesa, but around you is quite a bit of just open sand. How will you guys proceed? And sorry, I forgot to move you guys over to the marker. Eric does kind of chime in and say, "So I suppose we're at the real leg of the journey."
Yes, it's been a long time coming. But, I guess congratulations. Though I feel in almost a celebratory mood once we've had some time to rest. As she looks across probably the ragged party, considering the caves we just walked through. Yes, Eric, we've arrived here, we've helped you here. What's the next part of the job again?
To the city.
There's a city out here? This place looks desolate.
Well, there should be a city at least.
Yes, Basil, you had a name for it previously.
Yes, I believe it was referred to as the City of Brilliance.
I take it that's your city, Eric, and so no guidance at all. We're supposed to trumble about this desert, and well, I guess that's the job then, isn't it? Well,
I'm hoping that while you will all be paid handsomely, that the sense of adventure might also inspire you to carry forth.
Yes,
I don't
adventure.
suppose you know a pathway, Basil.
I have no, I've never been in this direction, and I was told is that there's apparently a city here that we are supposed to find. Honest though, I would rather we head northeast. Yes, I have word that that is potentially where Master Aethelwolf resides.
Could the city be in that direction?
Your guess is as good as mine.
What of your friend? Seems like the wrong word. Your companion inside your mind. He had mentioned it before to you. Does he have any knowledge of its direction?
I suppose I could ask him, or does not seem in very good condition. Last few times I've spoken with him. Sure what that is about.
so you did not receive word from Midmar. Pray tell, where and whom?
Oh. Right. He kind of like glances over towards Kabi. The night before we entered the caves here, I spoke with this little snake friend that has attached itself to me.
Bobble.
Sure.
Name's Bobble.
If you wish to keep calling him that, but no, I believe his name is according to him, Don Ekis.
Huh.
Yes, he informed me that Master Aethelwolf is somewhere to the northeast, and held by tribe of Wanti.
And you trust this snake that just appeared?
Trust is a rather strong word, but as I have no other direction aside from find this city, I will be going with northeast.
Well, then we go. He's important to you, yes?
There
Even if it
is-
is a chance of not being there, we still must go, of course.
Agreed, there is no one more important than Master. I am obliged to find him, rescue him.
Well, I would imagine that if he is truly being held by these Wanti, they would more than likely be somewhat close to a civilization. I can't imagine them surviving out in this, well, heat-stricken place.
Yes, agreed. All that I know is that it's somewhere along the coast, so that is a source of food and survival as well.
Well, a coast implies ocean, and oceans are very big. All the easier to find him.
What say you to this direction, Eric?
I'm not sure of the exact location of Brilliance, but maybe west.
Well, two directions. Seems we have to make a choice.
There is no choice here. He's important to Basil, and we should go. And I would do the same for you if there was someone important to you in danger.
Do not mistake me. I am more than accommodating to travel with Basil and help him find this Aethelwolf, but we are under contract. If the benefactor of this journey is saying that west is to be our destination, well, we have a bit of a problem, do we not?
There's no problem if Eric agrees to go northeast. She furrows her brows at Eric.
Quite a conundrum indeed.
Well, we need to scout things out. We don't know where anything is precisely. We're not going to be sprinting into the wilderness. That would be dangerous, of course. So we take it slow. We head northeast, gather information as we go, find Aethelwolf, then immediately go to City of Brilliance. Having more reconnaissance at that point, I would assume it'd be easy. And there's someone out here who owes me a bit of reconnaissance, I would say.
Well, I would only argue that if you go northeast, you're heading in a direction where you don't know if anything is alive.
Is there any direction where we know something's alive here?
He kind of
Like you-
shrugs.
Just say you don't know where the city is either.
But, like I said, I will trust all of your judgments. If we'll go northeast, then we'll go northeast.
Very well. There's no particular timetable for this, for us getting to the city. And since we don't have a direction anyway, it seems as likely as any other. If we find information along the road that tells us otherwise, well, I suppose that'll be another conversation.
If we come across intel that going northeast is suicide, well, we'll have another discussion. How does that sound, Basil?
I suppose cross that bridge when we come to it.
We shall. Northeast, we travel safely, and well, more adventure awaits.
Would like to thank all of you for while heading into the unknown. Do not know what we are going to find, and you are all not obliged or nor obligated. I am. Thank you.
Oh, pish posh, I'm just here to get the howling out of my head.
Well, I have no set destination, and the adventure so far has been fruitful. So,
Your master may hold more information about the little rock in my pocket. As so, yeah, I'm stuck with you.
Basil just kind of smiles and yes. Now you.
Hey, Eric. Can't help but notice that you're wearing a lot of dark colors over there. Is this sun going to be a problem for you?
I'm a summer bird, if you would believe. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
Uh-huh. And will you be relying any on our provisions to make sure you don't keel over? You've not brought much with you.
I've brought more than you could know.
So we're just responsible for your physical safety. You'll take care of your other needs.
Yes, you'll find that I'm quite the survivor.
You mean
Well-
nutritional needs specifically, yes?
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. Thank you, Holo.
Devil's in the fine details.
Well, if he keels over, I guess there goes our paycheck.
I'm sure if I start to suffer from heat stroke, you'll all rush to my defense anyways.
Yes, defend him from the sun. Get a tarp over him.
That was actually a little funny.
Laughing to himself, Kabi is going to just take a few steps and gaze out across the sands.
Oh, you're gonna actually search around. So this is what I was gonna tell you guys. So, every time you guys travel, you can move up to 2 hexes, and I will uncover the surrounding hexes of those 2 hexes. But you will only really be able to see what's in the surrounding hexes if you take time and like stop on the hex for the day and like look around and search. Does that make sense?
So we could go 2 tiles in one day and go into the unknown with no reconnaissance, or do 1 tile, scout, and then we know what the next day will bring.
Yes.
I think that's a reasonable risk versus reward setup. Easy to remember too. I like it.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Now, I see you're all rather rugged, ragged. Common isn't my best. Any ideas on where we'll set up for the night? In the cave? The mesa?
I don't think we should go back into that cave.
Yes, just given our encounter with those spiders, it's no guarantee they won't come this close to the cave mouth.
Well, say we've got about half a day light left. Do we want to travel and see where we end up?
That may be for the best. Should we do anything with... We have this barrel. Should we fill it with water now? Should we just carry on and see how things go?
I believe it's already full up.
Yeah, out of character confirmation, barrel's full, right?
Yeah, we filled it up before we left Woodhurst.
Oh, okay, I thought it was empty for some reason. Okay, alright.
We can set out now, though I am exhausted to the point where I think my tracking skills will be as good with this level of exhaustion, but we can still try to get some distance between the dangers that look behind us.
All right. So, I mean, you guys can decide a direction.
Well,
One thing I will do
northeast.
to aid us in this moment, I'm gonna burn one of my wild shapes to cast Wild Companion, which basically means I can cast Find Familiar. I'm gonna have my familiar fly straight up 100 feet, and as it does so, I can see through its eyes up to 100 feet away. So basically, I want it to fly straight up just to see if we can get a heading towards perhaps a destination where there's like a rocky area where we have something at our backs for when we rest. It'll be easier to kind of keep watch at our camping spot. Does that all that make sense?
Yeah, a rocky outcrop that we can sit on top of.
Well, I mean, not to. There is a mesa like in front of you guys.
Well, I'll do that. Do I see the mesa through my own eyes / bird's eyes?
Yeah.
Like a beige colored raven, Polo summons it, flies straight up, and she sees the mesa. Well, as you can see a mesa in front of us. Let's at least go there. We know where we're going, and it's safe. Ish. Safe as it could be.
Very well.
Is Basil still singing everything he speaks?
No, that stopped when we got out, or when we got close to the exit.
Oh, okay.
It's Elroy. You're now a desert horse. Be grateful for the adventure, I guess.
Okay. Someone want to roll me a d12?
For
Just have Polo
Elroy,
do it, because she
Yeah.
was scouting.
Makes sense.
I am going to do adjust density on Elroy to give him a bit more, basically advantage on strength saves, just to keep him going.
You said a D12?
Yeah. And which hex did you? I'll get I'm just gonna give you control this time. Do you already have control, Elroy?
I don't, but I was going straight north towards that mesa.
Now you can give me a survival check.
Okay, it will be at disadvantage. Or I have 1 level of exhaustion from yesterday's herbalism hunt. 11.
As you get up to the mesa, you do see that it's, how should I say? It doesn't look completely abandoned. You can see signs of life here and there, as if someone is, or some people have been around here and are probably nearby.
Humanoids then, footprints and such.
Yes.
What other specific signs? Specifically, time. How long has it been since they've been here?
You can say a few hours. 2 or 3 hours, probably. As for size, yeah, it'd be like you see specifically some wheel marks where the sand is harder and more like rock and dirt. Uh Looks like ration droppings, bits of meat that have been dropped on the ground. And then,
Well,
obviously some footprints here and there.
sure, okay. Well, people have certainly been here recently. Who can say what kind of people? Do we? I would still say my vote would be to camp here regardless. At least we know better about what we're encountering. But on the sands, I worry.
Well, if you're worried about people, we can do double guard tonight. Well, unless you need extra rest tonight, Holo, you're not looking so hot.
No, I will be selfish in this way. I think I need to rest as much as possible. I do not want us to get lost out here. I'm more naturally focused on forest, less on sand, at least when navigation is concerned. So I will sleep tonight if all of you are okay with this.
Well, I feel pretty good. Shrub and I can take first watch. Anyway, I have something I want to take a look at if thou will let me.
He looks at you with a quizzical stare. What exactly is it you wish to look at?
Well, you got yourself a little bag of goodies there in that sword. I just, I saw the mirror and the sword, and I thought maybe you'd let me, hold on to it tonight.
You want to hold on to the sword.
Yeah, and the mirror.
Okay, out of game. There was a mirror. I have a rusted sword, chalk, and 50 feet of rope.
There was
You
also a mirror, yeah.
found
There was
a
also
bag. Yeah,
okay.
that was in the bag that had
My
healing,
apologies.
antitoxin, mirror, sun pendant, charcoal, and unlit torch.
A silver mirror specifically.
Yes.
Silver mirror. Okay. I got the second pendant. I did not have this silver mirror. My bad. I did do detect magic with all of that stuff. Did that mirror light up or was it just a regular mirror?
No, it's
I
just
don't think we
regular.
had time for you to
Okay.
do anything.
I'm pretty sure it did. But okay, well, very well. Uh um, sure, if you want to hold on, I mean you can take them if you wish. And he'll reach into the bag and pull out the rusted sword and the silver mirror.
Abby's gonna eagerly grab them and kind of scurry to the edge of the encampment with Shrub, and he's gonna start swinging the sword around.
Yeah, it's a sword. You swing it.
Yeah.
Just when I think I'm starting to understand him. Oh well. If he
Is the
wishes
sword a long sword?
It's a short sword.
Ah, somehow, some way, I'm proficient with a long sword. Oh, I am proficient with a short sword.
would you prefer to take the first watch with Kabi or the second watch with me, Basil?
I suppose I will I'll take the second watch. Actually, second watch.
Very well.
So you guys aren't taking a long rest now.
Yeah, but there was actually something I want to do on my long rest.
And sorry, who's going? Which one first?
I'm going first alone with Shrub. Holo, I think, was taking the full rest because she has the exhaustion.
Yeah, I was hoping to do that in case we get interrupted. She's good regardless.
Sounds good.
One bit of roleplay bit. Pisty is on Holo's arm, and telepathically Holo will communicate with the snake and say, "Do you understand me as is?"
You're just speaking plainly, or are you using speaking language?
Telepathically.
Kind of just nods its head.
If I speak to you, does the word get back to Allura?
It kind of just stares blankly at you, as if not sure how to properly answer that.
Well, I guess let's do a bit of a test then. And Holo will share like a 5-minute summary of what happened in the cave and gives nice descriptors of the various events in dramatic fashion for flavor. So if Allura is listening, I hope she appreciates a story.
Kind of just flicks her tongue at you.
Oh, maybe you are just a pet after all. Whatever, Pisty. You are now part of the group. That'll be it. My intent is just to use this as an experiment to see if Allura communicates back, or if that was all just nothing. She's curious if Allura is listening somehow.
Okay.
That's all I had for the evening.
Anyone else have anything to do before it is time for watch?
Nope.
I'm good.
All right, Kavi, for your first watch, give me a perception check. Roll a d20, then give me a perception check.
Perception. There we go.
And what you said you had some RP you want to do before.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna sit a little further away from the camp, kind of closer to where we came up to the camp, but further away from the campfire. I'm just gonna kind of be holding the short sword with Shrub, and I'm gonna pull out the little pendant that I was given from Enoch to converse with him.
Okay.
And just like, hey, Enoch, are you there?
Black shadowy mist kind of forms out of the amulet and kind of surrounds you, putting you in utter darkness, where you see two glowing purple eyes staring back at you. Come.
Hey. Been a while. I meant to reach out sooner to go over what happened in Whithurst. your guy was put into a position of influence. I did what you asked. Not necessarily the way I wanted to, but it happened.
Well, I'm sure he'll make the best of it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not the best with the whole people thing. Most people look at me. It takes them a while to figure out what the hell I am first. uh, but nevertheless, he's in a position of influence, like you asked.
Yes. And
And there's some kind of reward, and I was expecting maybe another quest. Maybe, you can at least answer some questions.
I can answer some questions. I don't know what kind of reward you're expecting at this moment. I feel as if I've rewarded you already, and that's why you took the first job. No?
Well, hey, that's fair. I can turn invisible. That's pretty useful. Maybe the questions enough will suffice.
Very well. Ask your questions.
What are you?
Your boss, I guess.
But I mean, like, less than what are you to me, and more like, what are you in the general universal? Are you a god, a demon, an angel, something in between?
I am living, if that's what you're hoping to inquire.
Are you like the guy in Basil's little box?
I don't know what guy you speak of.
What was his name? I don't know. He appeared. He did save my life, which was quite useful. Well, less save it. I think just more stop. Well, you stop Basil. Midmar. That was his name. Genie fella, I think they called him.
I am
Lives in
no
a
genie.
box. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. They seem prickly at the best of times.
Any other questions? Or was that it?
Oh no. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the ruby I'm carrying and the fact that it's apparently a fragment of a goddess?
Go on. Elaborate.
Well, the ruby I have, I took it from the Kobold Warrens. Anytime I pulled it out, Basil, who's a Wanty, although looks human, and still not fully as convinced, is a lizard. Not a lizard, a snake person. Anyhow, it caused him some discomfort. It reacted weirdly to rocks, which we found out were, I don't know, some sort of how do I describe it? Like remnants from the creation of the world. One of those rocks turned into a diamond, which was pretty neat and very useful if we could figure out how to actually make that turn into more diamonds. Like, could you imagine just having unlimited? Anyhow. I was told that the rock or the ruby, which morphed with the rock that was a fragment of the creation of the world and turned into a bigger ruby, is a fragment of the goddess Ubea, and that there are other such fragments, and I had some sort of weird vision where I saw other fragment holders. There was like a kobold with a ruby tooth, I think another dragonborn. Just very odd considering I stole this thing and I had no idea what I stole.
You can kind of see the purplish eyes squint at you a bit. Ubea.
Yeah, the name of the island turns out the name of a dead dragon god or some sort.
You don't know of Ubea.
I mean, I know the spark notes.
Spark notes.
Don't worry about it. Just a kobold saying.
If you want my personal opinion, you should distance yourself from anything too draconic in nature, as it'll definitely put, how shall I say, a spotlight on you.
I unfortunately think that might be unavoidable now.
Oh,
Well, if I saw visions of other ruby holders, perhaps they saw a vision of me, and I'm not really inclined to go back into hiding with this thing when I have a party of, I wouldn't use the word competent, but party of people to stick with.
he kind of goes silent for a moment, just ponders to himself. Hmm. Well, what do you feel about this artifact? What do you wish for it?
You want to know the truth? I wish for it to give me power, like real power, like enough to, turn the tides of things and make kobolds a true force in the world. And I could, lead these kobolds.
Ah, yes, Calvi, King of Kobolds. That's the goal you're wishing for.
I mean, maybe not what I originally wanted, but the more I think about it, my people's time should be there. We languish in the mines, and we might not be slaves like the Yuan Ti, but we're still at like the second bottom rung of society. You don't really see us and walk in the high halls of lords. Perhaps that should change. Perhaps it's time the little guy stands up. And maybe, I could play a big role in that and be their leader.
And you can kind of see the darkness it feels thicker, like you feel like you're further away from everyone else than you were originally. And he just goes, ambitious. But I have to ask you, Kabe, where would that leave me?
Well, you seem quite interested in having people in positions of power. Considering I am thoroughly scared shitless of you, that leaves you with another powerful agent on the world that could help you achieve what it is you want to achieve. And all, I would ask in return for my service is that whatever it is you want to create, that my people and myself have a place there that isn't under the boots of anyone else. Perhaps it is time that our boots be the one. What do you say, boss?
Kind of just goes quiet for a moment, and you can kind of see the eyes kind of shift around you. I care not if you lead 1,001 kobolds or 100,001 kobolds. That's fine. If that is your desire, so be it. As long as our alliance is secure.
I think it would be very secure. You just tell me what to do, and I'll get it done. And in return, you know, you help me learn how to use this power I seem to have in my pocket. If you know anything or you learn anything, perhaps as I do things for you, you let me uncover a bit more of it.
You said this Ruby spoke to you.
Yes, a couple times now. It seemed to sense when there was evil around back in the tunnels. It spoke to me then. Um, and then it spoke to me another time when I'm sorry, I'm just trying to remember. A lot's happened.
Well, I don't have a definite answer for you on the how. What I can gather or make an assumption of is that this goddess bear, if I recall correctly, was killed. So there are several possibilities here. She either, one, was not truly killed and simply separated, two, in the midst of her own reincarnation, but not quite there yet, or three, that is not Ubea at all, and you've been led astray by some unknown entity.
Well, I wouldn't think it would be some unknown. I mean, I don't know. When it spoke to me, it was very confused. It didn't seem to understand what was happening, and she sounded weak. So if she's in the midst of her reincarnation, perhaps some more of these rubies I collect, the closer to that reincarnation she is. And if she is reincarnated, well, I guess then the next question would be, is that a good or bad thing for what we want?
I suppose the question is, how would you like her power to serve you? Do you wish for her to serve under you? Do you wish for her power to be yours? Do you wish for her to be a friend of yours?
Oh, having a dragon goddess on my side would be pretty good. I don't know about her power being mine. That sounds like a surefire way to get myself incinerated. Perhaps the answer to that question lies when I have had more time and perhaps recovered a couple more of these fragments.
Yes, well, we can dive into the deeper portions of it when you've mulled it over. But if you wish for her to serve you, perhaps forcing an early reincarnation in a suitable host would be advisable. If you wish to absorb her, then getting close to reincarnating would probably be the wisest. But you might have to do some questionable magic. And as for reincarnation, a little like the same. A more powerful host body, perhaps more collection of a ruby. If you could get your hands on a dragon egg, that would also be quite useful.
Ooh, a dragon egg. Okay. Yeah. Let me think it over. Let me maybe grab another one of these fragments and perhaps some more things will come to light and we can talk again. But in the meantime, was there anything you wanted from me? We are in this desert now headed towards well, looking for a city of brilliance, whatever the hell that is.
I know where you are. And this is a unique opportunity. I know some of this land, but I don't know much of it. The history here is deep. I've heard whispers of the City of Brilliance. I'm being curious about them. So, if you do find your way in that city, I would like you to supplant yourself in their good graces, establish a good connection, maybe even take a seat on their, well, I suppose that would hinder your own plans. Maybe find an ally who would have a high seat so that we may have our connections with them as well.
Alrighty. Find the city, infiltrate the city, get on good graces with a leader in the city. I gotcha.
And if you find someone you trust enough, perhaps we will have a meeting as well.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And is there perhaps anything that you can give me right now that would help with that or help me to find the city of brilliance?
I don't know exactly where it is. I imagine somewhere along the coast. There is a river on the western side, I believe. So
Or
maybe
to the
around there.
west? All right. All right. All right. I got you, boss. I got you. I'll see what I can do.
You can kind of see it's as if you can feel some excitement just radiating from his eyes. It says, I was wise to pick you up, Kabi. This is the most unique opportunity. Do be in touch soon. And
Oh,
you
I
can
will.
You can see the darkness around you start to swirl around as it fades back into the amulet and disappears, returning you into the coldish night of the desert.
Kabi's gonna sit back and scratch Shrub's head and just sing to him, just hum to himself while he keeps watch. Then
And your portion of the watch is it's rather peaceful, not too much going on. I guess we can start Thoward and Basil's watch, unless you had anything else you wanted to do.
no, I'm done.
Okay, perception checks for the both of you. One of you guys give me a d20. Fun. Was there any RP you guys wanted to do in this moment, or anything you wanted to do during your long rest while you're keeping watch specifically?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, nothing tonight. Maybe another night.
Way to tease us.
Foul. As you're sitting in the quiet, cold desert sky, you look around and see higher up on the mesa a set of eyes staring down at you. As your eyes make contact, it quickly disappears into the darkness.
There's something out here with us.
Is it? I.
It was at the top of this mesa over here. I saw a brief glance of his eyes, and then it seemed to slither backwards. Didn't get a very good look at it, unfortunately, but it was watching us.
Should we wake the others?
Uh, Not yet. It may be nothing, and I would hate to disturb the much needed rest. Perhaps just redouble our efforts. Keep a lookout above.
Well. Say that I guess Basil just kind of stokes the fire a bit, makes sure it's nice and bright. Keeps a closer eye on the perimeter.
Yeah, Thauron will keep on looking in the area he saw it originally and just around in general, listening for any loose rocks that might be kicked or, particular hard scuffs of sand.
So you got to stay in place and not investigate, right?
Yeah, I'm not going any closer. I will stay where I am.
Nothing further happens this night. The sun's hot rays begin to beat upon all of you. A new day starts.
Holo does a big stretch. All right, I think I can better guide us through the desert.
Excellent. Well, unless there's anything else we need to do before we head out, say we get this journey on the way. There was some type of creature roaming around us last night. Best not to stay longer than we need.
What matter of creature? Where did you see it?
It was closer to the top of our location. It was a pair of eyes in the darkness. I spotted it briefly, and it seemed to back away in a hurry. I didn't wish to follow, and we didn't see a need to wake you all. Seems to have left us alone, but it was keeping an eye on us.
Presents a riddle. Does it fly? Does it climb? Is it a predator? Best keep a weathered eye out.
Indeed. I hope we haven't picked up any more strays.
Eric kind of speaks up in this moment. Did you want to take a look of where you saw it?
Best not to invite trouble. We have more than enough.
Well, I could take a quick nip up there. I can turn into a spider. Try out this fancy new thingamy that we got out of the vault.
Well, I suppose if you must, just be careful. It
Yes, I
seemed
will.
to be intelligent.
There are many things that look intelligent but are not. I'll hope for the best. Catch me if I have to jump off, okay? And Hola will make use of the leaf necklace. She'll walk up to the mesa wall, morph into the spider, hoping that nothing goes awry with this leaf necklace. And the intent is to climb up there in spider form.
Awesome. Give me a wisdom save. When you transform, you do feel kind of a wave of sadness start to flood you, but it doesn't really stick. You're able to kind of shake it off.
I swear, if one more thing makes me sad, not of my own volition, I will jump off this mesa cliff.
So as you kind of do your little spidery things and cross to the location where Thal saw the thing, you do have to give me a perception check. You kind of go up to a clearing a bit higher up on the mesa than you expected it to be before you notice something. It's very small, it's very subtle, but it doesn't make any sense. It's very out of place. You see a very crude drawing of, well, it's hard to make out exactly what it is. It's like 4 lines. And in front of this 4 lines against the mesa wall, you see 2 bits of wheat, 2 strands of wheat, just sitting there, purposefully placed, it looks like.
Okay, you said 4 lines of wheat.
No, sorry, there's like 4 lines etched into the mesa wall.
Okay, so 4 lines on the mesa wall and then 2 sheafs of wheat.
Yes. Ooh, and a popper.
Sorry, say again.
And a single
A
popper.
paw print.
Yes.
Okay. Hello tries to remember the configuration best she can with the lines. Do the lines appear to be claw marks?
Not claw marks. It's as if it was an attempt at drawing something.
Okay. Can Holo try to make sense of what that something should have been?
I'll give me a flat intelligence check. No.
Ouch.
Just looks
Does
like
a prop-
4 lines, yeah.
Okay. And the paw print, does it look wolf?
You aren't quite sure. It definitely looks canine.
Canine, okay. How big is it?
About the size of a human's foot.
Okay, so certainly not a beastly looking thing, but a medium sized something. Okay, I want this wheat. I'd like to attempt as a small spider to drag the wheat to the edge of the mesa and chuck it down.
What's your strength?
I don't know. Hold on, let me pull up the spider block. I guess at some point you should just give me one.
That's true. I should just give it to you.
Let's see, spider has 2 strength, which is a -4 modifier.
It's just weak way. You know, go ahead and give me an athletics check. It'll be a very low DC, but I just want to see.
So D20 -4.
But yeah, you're able to successfully pull it along, though it is quite a struggle.
Yeah, above you guys, you do see 1 sheaf of wheat, and probably like 5 minutes later, another sheaf of wheat. And Hello will make her way back down. You'll see her in a swirl of sand go from spider to holo form. Oh, my God. Spiders aren't very strong. Whew.
Oh, what exactly is? Why do you have wheat?
It was up there, with 4 lines etched into the mesa wall, and a paw print, somewhat canine in nature.
See, Thauron's eyebrows just raise up. Uh, Why were these did they mean anything? Why was there a paw print?
And that is a riddle I want you to think on for the rest of the day. I have no clue. But the paw print, I don't know. Doggish in nature. Could be wolfy, I don't know. And the wheat, I have no idea. Though it does make me think back. The field that I blessed back in Woodhurst was a wheat field, and when I finished the casting, I did hear a howl from very far away. You don't think? She points to the wheat in her hands. Surely, right? No.
Your percentage, maybe.
I would deserve a lot more than 2 sheafs, but something. Perhaps as we move throughout the day, I might have you analyze it magically, see if there's anything to it, but just looks like wheat to me, but I still wanted it all the same.
A potentially foolish question, but did it seem to be left intentionally, or perhaps forgotten in a rush?
Since my intelligence is 0, I'm just gonna say what Holo would want it to say. I think there was some intent there. I couldn't tell what it was exactly, but it doesn't seem like something you would just leave behind randomly. Or, well, perhaps I'm just reading too much into it.
Given the amount of deities and extraplanar creatures that seem to have their eyes on us, I'm sure it is not outside of the possibility.
There's much symbolism when it comes to deities. Well, we have plenty of time to ponder as we travel, but I don't know what it means. Other than maybe the wolf approves.
Based off of the description that Holo gives, would thou be able to pick anything up? Highly doubtful, but thought I'd ask.
Based on what would you hope to pick up?
Well, when she said there were basically like 3 lines and then a paw print there, would he know of any like? I mean, I know he knows like ritual spells and things like that. So if she like describes how they were laid out, would it have any inclination to like a ritual or anything?
Give me a history check. It's more than likely an offering.
Okay. All right.
So, which direction were you guys are going? Or did you have more stuff you guys want to discuss in this moment?
Northeast, unless we're doing more roleplay.
How many towers?
I'd say we just go the 2 without the prep.
We go blindly, hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm in favor of that. We just
All
got
right.
in the desert. What could possibly happen?
All right, and give me a D12.
How does everyone feel about that course of action?
I'm down.
Yeah, I was about to say famous last words, but I'm down.
Let's go. Okay. And question: if I cast Enhance ability, it's for an hour. Would you allow that to allow me to do survival at advantage? Basically, gives me advantage on wisdom checks.
Um, cast it. Maybe because basically one tile is half a day. So
So it's a question of, does this one check symbolize the entire day of travel, or just getting a proper heading and that's enough to get a benefit from it?
yeah, I'll give you the advantage for a proper heading.
Okay, sounds good. So use the owl, get advantage. I will now roll. And as far as like what I'm trying to do, make sure we're not falling into some bullshit like quicksand or anything like that. But I'm also trying to get to like any kind of rocky outcropping is just better for camping in Holo's book. And yeah, ultimately just trying to make sure we don't put ourselves in a bad situation.
And just to confirm, so far we are relying on Holo's create or destroy water to drink. Or are we tapping into our water supply?
Say tap into the water supply first, and then once that's done, refill, and then refill our things at the same time.
Okay, then we've done 1.5 days of travel. So we have effectively used up 50. No. Let me do the math real quick.
Because the water skins were already full when we came in, so that's a day taken care of already, and we haven't even been out here for a full day yet. So
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying the half day was the first day, and now we are into our second day, so we have to drink 2 gallons today.
yeah, yeah.
I nominate Zach, the master of water calculation. Uh, anyways, D12 from you, Ian, if you want, or if anyone else wants to give it a roll. Speak down. Hold your piece.
I'm doing the survival check so someone else can do the table rolls.
All right, Kevin, give me a D12. Sweet. Yeah. As you guys are traveling, there is nothing that comes to view. It's just all kind of empty desert. To your east, you can see what seems like an oasis. Seems like a source of water.
And we've used 16.5 gallons of water so far.
And we round down water just to make it easier for ourselves.
Okay, 16 gallons of water.
That was more of a DM question.
That's fine.
Okay, just to make it easier.
So we went from 48 to 32 gallons of water is end of currently sitting at end of day 2 or mid of day 2.
Cool, I've got it marked.
So, how do you guys feel? Nothing has happened so far. You've been traveling. It's just flat, empty desert. You can see in the distance to your east what seems like a source of water with a little bit of greenery.
During the
Would you guys like to go to the oasis to keep a water supply up? We might also meet travelers. And the downside is we might also meet travelers. Do you think it worth the risk?
So that would be a third hex move. So there will be a cost, of course.
So that's a day's travel from us.
Yeah.
And Holo would just offer this as like, what do we do tomorrow, and not as a reason to push forward.
So another half day's travel would definitely give us exhaustion.
Yes.
I'd say we just bunk down tonight. Let's not risk getting exhausted.
Oh, I suppose that is the case, although stopping there during the day may be more problematic. I would imagine that most creatures might, well, rest or take shelter. In the daytime, that would be a prime place to drink.
You fear of wild animals.
Of a kind.
Oh, something tells me anything that dwells in these deserts would want to come out at night and do their business. It is hot.
That it is indeed.
It seems it might be better to at least push on. I don't see anything around these parts that might serve as a shelter. And I don't know if we want to camp directly on the sands.
Is Holo confident that we can find a rocky outcropping in this particular part of the desert?
16 yet.
Holo will say, well, I think I can find a safe place if we would want to stay put and not push on. Though without, if you think there's logic in pushing on to get there at a certain time frame, I guess I would be risible to that idea.
It's only a thought. I don't know exactly how this place operates, but it seems it might be better to go there now, rest there, and then carry on. But I
My
defer.
worry is if we get there, if it's a bit too busy, we might not be able to rest, if you get my meaning.
Also true. 'Tis a risk either way.
My vote
I
would
think
be low and slow. I think I'm confident in our abilities to not have to rush into things. This is a journey, not a sprint.
agreed, and I'd much rather come upon people in the middle of the day rather than late at night.
To, yeah, push on and get there, get to the water source as quickly as possible.
Seems we are tied. Eric, what say you?
Oh, I'm the tiebreaker, huh?
Or Elroy.
Well, I suppose I'll flip a coin. Heads we push on, tails we don't. And for this purpose, heads will be odds. We'll take it slow.
Well,
Should we call our merry band the coin flippers?
no.
I don't know, it's got a nice ring to it.
There's some fun in chance.
We could call ourselves Cobby and the crew.
No.
How about the Eric Angels?
Answers.
At least you're humble. I'd rather be that than the Kabi whatevers. Well, I'll find us a place that we can bed down for this evening. We'll reach the oasis the day after.
Very well. any RP you guys want to do, because you are able to find rocky outcrop pretty easily. Nice flat land for you to set up a tent and everything, protect yourself from the sun rays. Anything you guys would like to do before you take a long rest that isn't going to do anything statistically for you.
Yeah, I think I will go over to like a corner of the campground, put his bag on the ground, reach in and pull out the little bug just to see what's going on.
The beetle kind of is standing still and says, "So you have brought me into the sun's light to stare down upon me on my final days.
Ah, your final days. Well, that is good to know. Any particular time frame? 1 day, 2?
So you prey on my death. Okay. Just let it know that while my mortal form may fail, my spirit will haunt you to the end of days. You will feel me. You will learn to feel me. You think yourself a god because you are large, but I will ascend beyond the gods."
No, I don't believe I am a god. I am simply in a better position than you.
For now.
And there is no malice in me waiting for your death. And I greet your end with celebration, in a sense. A life well lived, I'm sure.
Plucked me from my family, forced me to lands years away, and you would celebrate.
Well, for the sake of your family, you have my apologies. You were a bargain to a deal that was struck. And unfortunately, for however you came in your previous holder's possession, it was not in your best interest.
You now have my time. Hear me now. I'll have my time.
Well, if you're as powerful as you say, I'm sure once you are gone, we will meet again, and we'll see exactly what you can do. And he'll go ahead and put it back in the bag.
Curse you, giant!
Oh, man.
A bit of maybe slight roleplay with Basil. Hey Basil, I have a bit of magic I can draw upon to find an object that I'm familiar with. I was thinking if I could maybe hold your magic box, I could memorize it, so should the worst come to pass and we lose it, I might be able to track it down for you.
Um, Suppose, but he kind of like, pats his pocket a little bit. If I lose it, I think that I might be able to perform some sort of ritual or ceremony. Replace it. Perhaps, again, this is all very still new to me. I'm not entirely sure how it works.
Well, if you're sure, I won't bother, but if there's a chance it's a useful thing, it would take all but 5 minutes. Unless you'd rather not have me touch your box.
Fine, well, very well, if you insist.
Yeah, I will sit right in front of you, and I will not move from this spot until I've handed it back. How does that sound?
Sure, sure. Idmar. At all. I'll kind of, I guess, hand it over to Holo. Little hesitantly, but does give it to her.
Holo, like, nods and smiles, like, kind of like coaxing a little kid to do something. Respectfully. Yeah, she'll hold it in two hands and just not really twist it or pull it, but just mainly look at it from different angles. What are your feelings about this box now? It's a mission, but it's a weighty one at that, by the sounds of it.
Yes, that is, putting it lightly. I have come to rely on my patron within more than I was counting on. There's still a part of me that does not mind being separated from it and rid of it altogether.
Sounds like if all goes well, that is the ultimate goal, yes? To ferry it to one spot and never see it again.
That is the hope.
Who knows, you might miss it once it's gone. Hopefully not.
Kind of a mix of emotions kind of dances across his face, unsure of what to say or think at that.
She notices but doesn't comment further. Well, I think I've gotten the most of it in my mind. So, should we lose track of it, or should we lose track of you, we'll be able to find either.
Yes, I believe the latter is unfortunately more likely.
Just don't get caught by a hobgoblin and I think we'll be fine.
Kind of shudders at the thought and the memories.
She'll hand the box back. Thank you, Basil. I know that was probably uncomfortable, but it's a good precaution.
I know, I appreciate the concern. Thank you.
Tell you what, I'll give you a free tarot card reading when next you want it.
I'm not entirely sure I wish to have glimpses into my future.
Future? Who said it was a true reading? I can fake it very well, though.
Well, in that case, perhaps another time.
Fine, fine. Holo will also craft a potion of healing from the little bit of material she still has for that.
What was I having you roll for that before? Or did I
I
have you
don't
roll?
know. I have well, it's herbalism, so it'd be this kit. And it's asking me what attribute I'm using for it. I guess it's wisdom. I'll double check. Either way, I rolled a 17 straight.
How many materials do you have left? You're just making the one?
Yeah, I have. Before I had like a low gathering score, but you said materials for one healing potion.
Yeah, I see. That's a success.
Cool, sounds good. I will delete the materials and add the potion. And notably, if we ever lose track of Basil, all that was for the sake of find object. which I will link once I find it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to do.
Question. So, to make enchanted paper, you said I needed monster blood, which I have from the spider and one of those creatures, and crushed gemstones. There's nothing that says how much. So would I be able to like snip a piece off of the big gem that I have and use that?
Maybe.
Okay.
Might be tough to snip a piece.
Yeah, that's what I was. I gotta look up, does acid do anything to diamonds?
You don't have identified on it.
No, no, I do not.
I remember there was like one magic item you haven't looked through, just as a reminder.
What have I not through?
If Holo sees you try to put acid on a 5k gold diamond, she's gonna try to stop you.
That's fair. I have books. Got that. The magic beans, the scrolls, the ornate mask, the faded orb, sun spear, pixie wings. Okay. I'll look. Carry on.
It's the faded orb. You didn't identify what that was yet.
Oh, okay.
Just reminding you in case you forgot. That's all.
Oh yeah, no. It's
I'm
definitely
not
still
pushing
here.
you towards anything.
Speaking of diamonds, Holo is holding the diamond in case she needs to use Revivify.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool.
That was more for Jeff. He was gone when we had that discussion.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I think Thalrin will walk over to Kabi. Kabi, question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
You always seem to pick up the little oddities here and there. I don't suppose you happen to have come across any gemstones that you might have in your possession besides the obvious one.
No, not anymore. What? I gave the citrine the shrub. The emerald I threw away trying to distract a guard. The little blackstone got turned the ruby ate it. No, I haven't found any more little rocks. All I got is my plate, my necklace, some silver dust, and this mirror you gave me, which I don't know. Is there any little gems encrusting the mirror?
No. I
No?
will say though, on a side note, Thal, just to remind you do have a gem encrusted mask in the vault.
Oh, the ornate mask. Oh, the
Yeah.
one that's worth 160 gold. Okay. Could I take the gems from that? I thought it was more like inlaid, like kind of design things.
Break the mask.
Make the DC higher because you came up with the idea.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean that's fair. I thought it would. I did not think that would work, but okay, fair enough.
Praise the DM.
All right, cool. Well, never mind. I have another idea. Just I'd planned something else for it, but thank you anyway.
All right, well, there's any shiny rocks I find, I'm giving the shrub. So unless you called it first dibs.
You're giving gems to your fox.
Yeah, he likes them. Is that a problem?
What does he do with them?
I don't know. What do you do with them, shrub? What'd you do with that citrine I gave you? Come on. I know you can understand me, and I'm going to poke him a little bit.
Just kind of nudges at your water skin.
I'll uncork it and give him a sip. I don't know what he does with them, but they're his, so he can do whatever he wants. He can eat them, throw them off a cliff, bury them, give them to a crow, maybe. I don't know, maybe he's giving him the crows.
Darren just raise an eyebrow. I see. Carry on, copy.
All right, well, if you find any gems, give him the shrub. It would be the right thing to do.
He just walks away and raises the hand in the air.
And as he's walking away, I am showing Shrub his reflection in the silver mirror.
Does kind of freak out at it.
Yeah, so during rest, he will take the mask out, put down the paper that he got from the lady, and he will attempt to create some magic paper.
Um. Give me a high Arcana check.
Okay.
He had 18.
Jesus. All right. Is this using both of the monster blood vials or only one of them?
Let's say half.
Half. Okay. All right. Arcana. Oh Jesus. No inspiration. So here we go.
Oof.
Of course.
Yeah, as you start to, you don't know what you went wrong, where you went wrong. Maybe you made the gems too fine, or perhaps some sand got mixed into the blood, kind of muddying it up a bit. But yeah, you weren't able to do what you were trying to do.
You see a small cluster of rocks just get crushed a little bit of ways from Thal.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, just sulk.
Anyone else? Basil.
Nope. I'm good.
Kabi.
Nah, I'm good.
Hola.
Good.
Sounds good. Nothing is gonna happen on this night, so we'll skip over to the next day. How would you like to proceed?
I imagine we take the half a day's journey to the Oasis.
So is that what you
Yeah.
guys are gonna confirm do a half day, or are you gonna continue on?
I'd say we
Yeah,
take
I'd
hit.
say, well,
Oops, sorry.
you go.
I would say we just travel for the one tile and then scout out the the ones ahead of that. So we at least know where we're going.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Plus, if we move up to it slowly, maybe we can scout out the oasis before we get too close. And whenever I think oasis, I think bad memories, Jeff. You know the one.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll try to navigate us close enough to where we can hopefully scout it out before we get into the oasis proper. And I'll use enhance ability to give us advantage on that. Do we need a survival check or?
No.
Okay.
But Chris, Zach, Kevin, each of you give me a d12.
All of us?
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a Thal we know.
And then each of you pick one of these tiles. No, except for you, Ian.
Not me. Okay, my bad.
So that's fine,
Uh,
sorry.
You said place our tokens down on a tile?
I said pick them out. I see you guys elected the place to. So.
Makes it easier.
Okay. That's one 7. Copy 7. Chris 1. Hello, 10. So for the most part, although with you, where you guys are, sun is clear, the sky is safe. Doesn't seem to be much going on. Now, roll me a d20. Sorry, it's a lot of rolls, guys. In the distance, you see a statue just kind of standing near the far end of this strangely large oasis, kind of off in the distance. Basil. What you see in the distance is what looks like a town. At the very least, you see what looks like the entrance of a town. Kabi, where you selected, what you see is a large rock kind of shooting up out in the open desert.
Is there anything significant I could see about this large rock?
I mean, maybe if you go up to it, but from what you can see, you just see it.
Ah,
It does seem smoothly shaped.
How far is this statue?
They're all like 3 miles away from you.
Okay. And any features or anything that I can make out, or I just see like the blurred or like just an image of
You just see the blur. Like,
Okay.
it looks humanish shaped.
There seems to be some kind of statue not too far down this path. Perhaps that might be a marker of some kind.
To clarify, are we all looking in the same direction or looking in different directions?
I'm sorry.
Are we all looking in the same direction or are we looking in different directions?
So he's looking like kind of southeast. You're looking east. Kabi's looking north.
Gotcha. But yes, there appears to be some sort of settlement off in that direction.
I see A giant rock.
Now, as we
It's
call this out, if we look in the direction where they're pointing, do we see the same thing?
Yeah, you would also do so.
Okay.
is the little town near the oasis or past the oasis?
3 miles to the east.
3 miles to the east. And okay.
That town could potentially be beneficial. At least there will be some people there. Perhaps they have information.
Yes, a bit of direction and knowledge of local area would certainly assist us. Shall we
But
replenish our
there's
water
a
supply?
giant rock.
Thorin looks around. I'm sure there are plenty giant rocks. We technically slept under a giant rock.
I know. It's just this one's standing out there alone. It looks pretty smooth. This seems interesting, don't you think?
Particularly,
Bigger than your statue.
the statue was simply a marker for civilization, where we have a town directly in front of us. Neither of the other two hold much importance to that.
Fair, fair. All right. Well, should we restock on water down at the oasis or just head to town?
I think we should replenish our water supplies before we head off any further, just in case.
Be wise to check that this water is indeed drinkable. There are many such pools in the lands of my homeland, but due to toxins that spill into them, they can be deadly.
Well, we'll have you drink first, Dal, since you're familiar with deadly waters.
Just raises an eyebrow.
Or we could throw Basil in. You can swim, Basil, right?
You know, Basil, I think Kabi just volunteered, did he not?
What?
Yes, yes, I believe I heard that as well.
No. I volunteered Thal.
Wonderful, Kabi. I knew we could count on you. Come.
No?
Indeed.
For what it's worth, if anyone gets poisoned, I have the capability of healing it.
We're just gonna start herding Kabi towards the water.
Wait, guys. I actually do not know how to swim. Wait, no.
Yeah, it's
Can I
all
try to slip
Yes.
away from their grasps?
You guys can keep competing athletic checks if you want.
I would like
Athletics?
to telekinesis this man, but yeah.
What?
You can if you want. Shit.
Can I resist it?
It's a strafe save. What is it? 8 plus my proficiency. So beat it at 11.
Okay. Nope.
Jeez.
Yeah, so you can feel yourself being lifted up by Thal's magic as he kind of flings you into the very cooling water. Very clean, very clear.
How deep is it?
Not too deep. Let's say about like 6 feet deep.
Well, considering I am wearing my full pack and my armor, I probably sink to the bottom.
You got a chance to swim up.
I don't know how to swim. I'm just kicking and flailing.
I mean, I still have a hold of you, so I mean, I'll pop you in there and then just bring you back out. Well, do you feel poisoned?
Fuck you.
Well, I think we've learned a valuable lesson of not volunteering others, haven't we?
Put me down on the shore.
Oh, he he smiles. Very good decision making. He'll pop him back on the shore.
Basil just kind of shakes his head with a bit of a smile and says,
Well, if it wasn't poisoned before, it's certainly spoiled now.
I'm gonna march right up to them and just start shaking the water off of me in front of them like a dog.
I would like to use shield.
Really?
There you go.
So then just Basil gets wet.
that's fine. He accepts it.
Any more spell slots we want to throw out?
Nope.
So then I guess after that we just start refilling our water skins and the barrel. But first, is there like tents or like old camps scattered around the oasis?
Nope.
So it's completely abandoned?
At the moment,
Are there trees?
this tree.
Is there fruit?
Olo would like to take a more thorough search around to make sure that nothing else is lurking.
Appreciate you. Perception check. Seems fun. There's some trees. There's some fruit.
I would like to climb the tree to get a fruit.
That's easy enough for your character, I think, right? Because of your feet.
Yeah, second story work. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna pluck 2 fruit from the tree and give one to Shrub and eat the other myself.
So you find some pomegranates. Then roll me a survival check. See how many you get.
Okay.
All right.
I get 1.
You get one.
All right, I will cut it in half and give half to Shrub.
Shrub Halfley does dig into the pomegranate.
Now, if you two were nicer to me, I'd climb back up there and get one for you. But no. I'm gonna say while waving my dagger at Basil and Sal.
Can I just pluck one with my ability?
Yeah, go for it.
So Thalrin will walk up hearing you say that, and you'll see a bit of some of the leaves start floating upwards, and like 2 of them that are there just snap down and start descending.
I hate
Oh,
you.
trying pomegranates now. Eric kind of interjects.
I hate you, Sal.
Might
That is fine.
someone grab me one? I would normally fly up, but he kind of shows his kind of crumpled up wings.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the same, and I'll get 2 more, one for him, one for Holo.
I don't mean to be insensitive, but what did happen to your wings, Eric?
A bad crash.
Must have been quite the tumble. Well, I do know that there is powerful druidic magics that is able to allow limbs to grow back. Perhaps one day, if I'm powerful enough, I will be able to give you your wings back. Wouldn't that be exciting? No?
It would be nice to fly again, but I don't think that's in my future. I appreciate the thought, though.
Must have been one hell of a crash.
Kind of hands you his pomegranate. I just thought about it. I'm more of an apple person. Eat this in my stead.
Based on his posture, one, just to confirm that he wasn't being entirely truthful about the crash, and also from an emotional state, did the topic seem to weigh on him a little bit?
Insight check. It's going to be a bit difficult. You can't tell.
The mystery.
He stands there holding the pomegranate out to you.
She takes it. And she takes a bite. Is it sour?
It is extremely sour. Give me a con save. For flavor, don't worry about negative effects.
Never worried.
Yeah, this time when you bite into it, it's so sour you just spit the whole thing out and it just drops to the ground without you even being able to control yourself.
Ugh.
I guess they weren't ready to be eaten yet. He says as he kind of shifts his way back to the cart.
Telepathically. Now, let me know if your fruit is sour or sweet when you eat it.
He takes a bite.
It's perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine.
Huh. It appears that Eric has a curse that makes fruit turn sour. Peculiar.
Interesting.
I don't suppose... Do you have the capability of detecting a curse?
There are magics of that sort, but I've not come across them as of yet.
I know you were a little questioning of her employer. Maybe something to keep an eye out of should we be around magic shops. Maybe find a means to figure out what it is exactly.
Yes, I had planned on doing, well, some magical surveillance when I had the opportunity. Ever since he told us of his connection to these rocks and this cult, I have been keeping my eye on him.
Let us add curses to the list of topics to concern ourselves with.
Ever the mystery.
End roleplay for me on that front.
All right. Guess we'll just get into the nighttime shenanigans. Unless anyone else has something else they want to do. Kevin?
No, just spending time, filling up the water skins and stuff.
All right. I'm going to assume that the watches are going to be the same, or you guys switching it up.
Actually,
still-
I'm gonna quickly step away. I need to use the restroom.
If you guys want, we can just take 10 right now.
Yeah, good time for a little breaky.
Matter of fact, we'll make it 15. Just come back at the hour.
Okay.
I'm good.
Sweet.
Yep.
Oh, do you think I could look for herbs? Would we have time for me to do that?
Yeah, go for it. Survival check. 15. Roll me a d6. That's how many herbs you collect.
How many herbs would I need to make a healing potion?
We'll say one. One pair.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else have anything?
No. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna try again for the paper. Fuck it.
Go for it.
Okay, here we go. Don't let me down a second time. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'll let you down a second time.
All right. Well, that's all the monster blood gone, wasted, useless.
That's only one vial. We only used the half vial last time.
Oh, I thought you meant half of like the whole thing. Oh, okay, half of one. Okay, cool. You are kind and generous soul.
I tried. Okay, so who's doing first watch? Who's doing second?
I'll go first for Kabi. I want to just repeat the cycle.
I'll go second.
Yep, that'll be second as well.
All right. Kabi, hold on, perception check. And Zach, give me a d10. As you guys are sitting out through the quiet night sky, Holo, Kabi, you both notice footprints walking towards you.
Like, just the footprints?
Just the footprints pressing down into the sand.
Is it just one pair?
One pair.
Telepathically, Kabi, take cover. I'll talk with them, and if they mean ill will, ambush them.
All right. Kabi's gonna just kind of sneak off and crawl under the cart with his hand crossbow out.
Hello, well, I imagine we have a fire. Or no fire? I guess we never said.
Side down.
Okay, Holo is gonna light one of her tin torches so she can see them properly. And she'll approach them. Hello? Did you need help with something?
You see the footprints start to pick up pace, getting closer to you.
Come no closer, or else we might have an issue.
It just keeps coming.
Holo prepares for combat while yelling, Up, everyone!
I'm gonna fire a bolt center mass on, well, where center mass would be.
Roll at disadvantage.
Disadvantage? All right. Do I have time to do steady aim to mitigate that?
Nope.
All right. Oof.
Yeah, you just shoot out into the night sky. Do you all wake up to Holo's cry?
Yeah, if it's loud enough, that will wake up.
Yeah, I mean that's something we have a choice about.
So I'll let it that you guys are starting to stir a bit to Holo's cry. Holo, the footprints stop right in front of you and then stand straight in front of you.
How close are they?
They're literally right in front of you. Toes
They look
almost
like?
touching. You don't see anything. Just empty footprints in vast desert.
Now, this is such an aggressive act, coming invisible in front of me. Again, what do you want?
It just starts to walk around you. See the footprints kind of pressing into the sand around your form.
I'll warn you, we are a seasoned group of adventurers. It'd be best not to mess with us.
You can kind of see in the sand something begin to be written. It just says, "What is your name?"
What is your name?
It scribbles under it, Maria.
Polo takes her quarterstaff and writes back. Polo, the wise wolf.
It underlines where you write wolf and puts question mark.
Well, you can see. I have a set of ears and a tail. Rather wolf-like, wouldn't you say?
It writes underneath, "Do you love me?"
As a rule, I don't love someone I can't recognize. I'm not that easy.
Why? It writes,
Because I wasn't raised that way? I'm a proud wise wolf. I'd rather steal than give my body to someone.
you can see a small blue start to appear where the footsteps are. And in front of you, you see an image of a female orc, though she is extremely disfigured. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save. All right. Uh, you take you take 12 psychic damage and you are frightened of this.
Polo stumbles backwards onto her bum. Ah! Who are you? Maria?
You can
What
see
are you
like
doing here?
it kind of reaches towards you, but you can see that its mouth is missing, as if ripped off.
No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Holo continues to stumble backwards.
Its eyes kind of start to glow a little red as it seems somewhat agitated, and it tries to get closer to you again.
Hold. Sure, I love you, and I would love you even more if you stopped.
Uh, Give me a deception check at disadvantage. All right.
Hope you guys have your healing potions ready for me.
The greatest battle map. Uh, you guys can go ahead and drag your tokens out anywhere, within 30 feet and roll initiative.
All right. Do you mind drawing the cart above Cobby?
Yeah, sure. I only see Basil's initiative from you guys.
Oh, I forgot. Too busy planning my next move. I'm gonna double check if Frighten gives me disadvantage on initiative. How would we say initiative is an ability check?
Uh, kind of.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. I would say so.
Alright. $13 it is. Trick looking kind of hot though.
So what?
A form-fitting robe. Got me wilding out here.
That is very sexy bird.
Hell yeah.
So, top of the round, Kabi. Your partner is being attacked by an unknown visage.
Do we can clearly see it, correct?
Yeah, it's now out and about. You can see basically a very disfigured looking feminine orc.
Okay. Steady aim, and then I'm gonna shoot it with my crossbow.
Go for it.
Wow. That's odd. Does 19 hit?
It does indeed.
And because I was at advantage.
So you hit,
Oh.
you see the arrow strike through, but it doesn't seem like it hits as hard as it should.
Well, yeah, that's it for me.
Basil.
Basil kind of rolls over at the commotion and fucking hills. Kind of jumps to his feet and just immediately lets loose some Eldritch Blasts.
Uh, 15 hits.
Nice. For 8, and it's pushed 10 feet back. We'll say he uses the rest of his movement to kind of just run back here.
Oh,
Polo still quite fearful. And she spouts out the first thing off the dome, hoping for help. And because it's been a more recent thing she's thought about, she cries, Lady of the Moon, help! And she'll cast Moonbeam. So, con save. And since there's only one target, I'll just do the... Well... Fuck it, I'll do the circle right here.
super fails.
Yes, was looking for a DC 15. And Holo will act like a frightened person and run. Holo will end her turn.
Ow.
Yeah, Thal gets up, and he gets up a little bit too quickly and loses his balance and falls back to the ground, a bit disoriented. I imagine this is the vertigo kicking in. So from the ground, seeing this creature, we'll just let off some magic missiles. It gets the spell ready, stumbles, falls to the ground, completes it, and then it goes flying out, kicking up sand. The attack.
Is that 11?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. That'd be all for me.
Try to. Its turn. I'm assuming you're gonna moonbeam it.
Yeah, it's for reading. They start their turn in it. They will take damage. And we decided earlier that we would keep the initial damage, so it takes another 9 if it fails, and then 4 damage if it succeeds on the save. Also, it can't transform. I'll take another 9 damage.
All right, and then the
It is
glory of light.
it is radiant damage. I will double check. It is radiant damage if that matters.
As it kind of, tries to walk towards you again, Hobo, and the glorious moonlight that's shining down upon it, it reaches out to you, and you can see a single tear kind of fall down from its very disfigured face onto the sand before it just disappears into the light. Quickest combat ever.
What was that?
Well, I don't know. Just a fly in the wind. It was so weak, hardly worth our attention.
Eric kind of steps out from around the cart. Well, I see why they call this the Sea of Souls.
So we should expect more of those weird things to appear randomly at night.
I suppose the chance will always be there.
Fine, let them come. They were, whatever, hardly a threat.
Are you okay, Olo?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't look at me like that.
Eric does just kind of step back around behind the cart.
Well, since we're awake anyway, I suppose we can get the shift change now.
Yes, I
That-
agreed. Just a convenient time anyways. It was doing us a favor.
Of course.
All right. Yes. Well, watch then, I suppose.
Hopefully it's less eventful.
Expect the name to be quite so literal.
You and me both.
All right, so we're doing shift change. Go ahead and give me perception checks, guys, and then roll a d10. And if there's anything you guys want to do during the watch, feel free to. Say, Chris, roll me a d10 after your perception check.
Where was that 19 for something I wanted to do? Where was it then?
I'd say, after some time goes by during the watch and Basil's, fairly confident that everyone else is kind of falling asleep, he'll kind of look over at Thal and,
Thal, I have a rather random question. Personal, if you don't mind.
All means, Basil.
What is it exactly that you are out here searching for, or attempting to find? Well, I mean, not that I'm... Well, a while back you told us your tale, rather tragic one. It is. We understand that you are in search of power and your vengeance and such, but what does that exactly look like? How exactly are you hoping to achieve this? Are you in the search of something in particular? An object of some sort of spell?
When I first started this journey, it was. It was mostly to get away from my home. My parents had just been killed. We had succeeded in what we needed to do, and I saw no reason to stay around, especially with the recent development that I could learn these abilities. I initially set out to just learn what I could, grasp any knowledge that came to me. I then came across Holo and sort of fell in to her many antics, and then this job came up. In truth, I am. There is no true goal for me here. I don't know how much power I would need. I don't know what item I could find, what spell that might be out in the world. I know what I want to do once I find this wellspring of knowledge and power, but how I get there, I am afraid I am, unfortunately and frustratingly, clueless in that regard.
Truly, so there's not as if there's a particular item or object or artifact or something that you're in search of.
Now, I've heard of spells that can shape reality, a single whisper that can level a city. I have heard of these. I have read of great wizards and their power. I've never been much for having a master such as yourself, so finding a teacher doesn't really seem in my purview. But as we have journeyed, I have learned more of the world. I have found interesting trinkets, books, research. This cult that we found ourselves against and our mysterious elf who keeps on coming up. I believe they are a fine place to start. This elf in particular seems to have quite the vast sums of knowledge. And these orbs prove more than insightful. If I could find more hintings of them, that may lead me in the direction I wish to go. And so, the Sea of Souls, where we find ourselves, I believe this to be where they may be, or potentially another archive can be found. So for now, that is my goal.
Hmm. Very well.
Can I insight to see if, how truthful all of this is? If there's anything being like hidden or just unspoken.
Go for it. Can't tell.
Why the sudden interest?
Well, just something that the little snake attachment I have now said a few days ago. Entered those caves. It's apparent. Not referring to you.
Oh, and what did he say?
That preparations were to be made and objects gathered. Apparently, someone traveling with is in search of, well, one of these objects. I really thought you were the most likely culprit, if you will. Rather obvious search for greater power seemed a little vague for me, but your explanation is understandable.
Yes, well, I can't say there is any particular item that I am currently in search for, but. And he'll reach into the bag and he'll pull out the 3 orbs that he has, 2 of the same and 1 dim. I seem to be getting a rather interesting collection of these.
Would you say you would potentially be searching for more of them?
Indeed, I would.
Interesting. Ella just kind of like scratches his chin in thought. Well, I do apologize. I was not attempting to pry or anything into your affairs. Just attempting to figure out this riddle.
Well, if I can be of assistance, Basil, I think the days of our being at each other's throats can be far behind us. I still don't particularly think the life of a servant is any life one should willingly lead, but I know you feel content and honor in your service. My my mother would say you have a path, and that path is forged in steel of your own making. No one should cast any rust onto what you do.
Well, I have to say that is a little surprising, and appreciate that. Glad that we, yes, can put our differences behind us.
Well, you have saved my life a few times on this journey. If that doesn't gain someone at least a bit of my respect, well, that would be a lost cause indeed.
Yes. Respect. Much respect.
As you guys are talking, Basil, Donakis kind of starts to crawl out from the collar of your shirt and kind of wrap itself around your neck up to your ear. And he just goes, I remember now.
Um, you remember, exactly?
North. Water. First of what we need.
Water to the... You perhaps be a bit more specific.
Kind of like gestures to the oasis and everything.
Here at water.
Not here. Further north.
Hunt for these objects might have to be briefly delayed. Discover Master Aetherwolf's condition. And hopefully free him.
We must be prepared before we arrive.
Understanding that it was preparation for eating Vadis.
All is connected now. North. Water. Crying hounds.
Crying out.
Crying hounds.
Oh.
He's been speaking like, the snake tongue the whole time and just kind of looks to Thaurin and
I am getting quite tired of all these half-truths and deals with all these other voices in my head.
Just raise an eyebrow. Can you see the snake on his shoulder?
Yeah, the snake's there. You don't understand what it's saying. You can hear it hissing, but you can see him.
I assume you are having a conversation with your new companion.
Yes, apparently we ought to travel north and find water near some crying or howling or crying howls. As I said, riddles and half-truths and such.
Interesting. And you said that this creature just appeared to you one day.
Yes, one night when we, resting back in the quarry. Woke up to find it wrapped around my arm. It's just sort of clung to me ever since. Seems generally rather harmless, at least.
It was smaller before, was it not?
No, I'm fairly certain it's the same size as others.
Hmm. Looking it over, do I see anything out of the ordinary?
No, it did revert back to its normal side after their conversation the first time, so it does seem regular to you.
Oh, okay. So no like odd markings or anything or patterns on its scales or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well, I suppose if you believe it can be believed, we are headed in the right direction.
It has given me no reason yet to entirely distrust it. And seeing as, aside from this city of brilliance, we don't really have any other direction or location, following its orders, suggestions.
When we find your master, He said that Yuan Ti had him. If he is hurt, or heaven for maker forbid dead, what of the Yuan Ti?
I hope we are to slay every last one of them, regardless of Master Aethelwolf's condition.
Interesting. You would not seek to know why they took him?
No, I am not terribly interested in their reasoning. They took him. If he is, in fact, dead.
And you just see this dark look suddenly fall on his face.
There is absolutely no reason that they should remain breathing. I will kill every last.
Something I understand all too well. If this is your path, Basil, very well. I am not one to stand in the way of another's vengeance, especially as I seek my own. I told the same to Amelia.
Appreciate your understanding. Our traveling companion would understand. I figured it would be you.
How funny it is. When we first began this journey, I felt the outsider. You all seem to have your pathways, your goals, a connection, or a hope for a brighter future. And now, here we are amongst the sand and souls, and I feel you are all slowly getting closer to what I am.
What you are. How can I entirely respond to that?
There may be no response, but I have learned on this path that once you choose to seek vengeance, once it has its claws in you, so to speak, that is all that you really worry about. There is no time for anything else.
I'm coming to understand. All the better.
Yes, well, just make sure you are the one in control of it, Basil, and not the other way around.
Don't worry about that. Warned this little friend here as he kind of like flicks the tail of the snake around his neck. If there is any deception, what he is telling me, discover any manipulation, it will be the end of him as well.
Yeah. Smile a little at the corner of his mouth. Good.
Your friend speaks wisely.
Yeah, well, apparently likes you a bit, that.
I suppose I'll take that as a compliment.
Kind of curls back into your shirt, Basil, but as he's leaving, he says, "Your enemy draws close."
At that, Basil just kind of stiffens his back a bit, sits a little straighter, and looks off into the darkness a little more carefully, a little more alert, we'll say.
But nothing happens for the rest of the night, and you guys are able to wake up just fine. Well, not you guys, but you guys. Unless you had more guys, things you guys wanted to RP, which is totally fine.
Nope, that was about what I wanted to talk about.
Let's get to this village.
So that's where you guys are going for sure.
Yeah, village would be good, and maybe if we can spy on it from afar, we can assess what type of village it is and see if it would be welcoming.
Village was the Basil token, right?
Yep.
Yep.
To get closer to the village in question, you guys notice that it looks a bit more run down than you would have assumed.
Anyone visible? Any living person visible?
No people. Well,
Although it
from where
says with
you
a
are.
little bit of an edge in her voice. Oh well, it looks deserted. Maybe we skip it, yeah?
Given our encounter last night, that may be for the best.
And if you really don't investigate, I suppose we could be heading more northward.
Ah, so you're not curious. Eric kind of just speaks and says,
You are.
Admittedly, this desert has a history, and we are looking at a portion of it. If you're not curious to look, then we don't have to look, but I just figured that's where your minds would wander.
He does make a good point, and we're not sure how long it will be until we find signs of civilization.
Valid arguments. Well, I suppose we can take a quick look around. If we're lucky, maybe someone has a map of some kind.
If there's even people there at all.
I just meant it might have been left behind. Who knows how long this place has been abandoned?
Well, it is a good point.
Well, you're sure we'll waste our time a little bit, yeah? Colo visibly sweating.
Hey, okay, Holo. I would have figured you'd be the most excited to go learn about this place.
So I'm fine. What do you mean? I'm always fine. I'm Holo the Wise Wolf.
Not immune to fear, I suppose.
I don't know what you're implying. I am fearless, actually. I'll have you know. In fact, I'm so fearless. Yes, let's visit the damn village, all right? Let's go. All right, Elroy, come on, let's go. Let's waste our time. Ha.
Oh, I
Thank you.
mean nothing by it. There's nothing wrong with fear. a good survival instinct.
All right, yeah, it's fine for people to be afraid. I'm not, but if I were, it would be fine.
Understood.
Stupid bit thinking I'm afraid.
Basil just kind of gives Kabi and Thaurin like a "What's up with that" look.
Yeah, Thaurin will narrow his eyes a bit. He won't say anything, but he'll mark it.
So to the village.
To the village.
Yes.
As you guys approach the village, the first thing you see is the walls. The wooden walls are worn down, broken apart, covered in sand. There's a large sign that is hanging over it. Holo, you can see that it is written in very crude Orcish, and it says, "Welcome."
Hello, we'll get down off of the card and brush her hand over it, seeing if there's any other kind of writing on it. Particularly, she's looking to see if there's like a town name.
It does say Kamoa over it, under it.
Reads Kamoan Orcish, that's for sure.
Is that significant to you? Eric says.
I don't think so. It's not a name I certainly recognize. I
Could
don't know what the
explain the
translation even would be.
orc ghost back at the Oasis.
Yes, Maria is what her name was, apparently.
Well, I guess we best be all on our guard here.
Yes, and I don't think I'd want to be here at night, so we investigate in the day. But let us go in quietly and. Well, Kavi, I know you like treasure. Maybe you can find something like that.
Ho ho ho! Say less.
Once we get inside, I'll burn a first level spell slot since I did prepare detect magic. I'll burn a first level spell slot to cast that.
You see a very small piece of magic at the very back of the town.
I've picked up some type of magical signature this way. And I'll walk towards it.
So as you guys enter the town, what you do see is, several buildings. There's like about 5 homes. What looks like the remains of an inn, a very small church, chapel, temple. I really like to refer to it as, towards the center. One of the homes seems like it looked like it used to be a smithy.
Kabi's gonna make his way over to the old church.
What about the rest of y'all?
No, still head towards the magical signature. for a thou.
Any identifying symbols on the temple?
No symbols. You can mainly assume what it is just based off its shape.
Holo sees the two uh, fellow adventurers going in different directions. I think we should stay together. We don't know what's here.
I will only have this magical sight for a short time. It's best if I go and see what this signature is now, and we can go to the temple afterwards if you wish to stay together.
Yes, good thinking. Oh, right, copy this way.
But there could be treasure. They like to
Yeah,
hide these things under the altar.
The treasure will wait. I doubt there's anyone else here.
Fine, we'll do Thal's thing first.
Yes, good. Let's just stay together.
One second, fellas. Sorry. Give me 1 second.
Holo doesn't want to stay here at night, but me, the player, kind of wants to, because like that's when shit gets real. Obviously.
Ghost Town gunfight.
Yeah, don't need a ghost city.
Sorry
Actually,
about
this is
that.
a
2
campaign
minutes
where
ago.
we have no clerics or paladins.
Facts.
As you guys approach the magical site, you notice that it just leads to sand.
Magic is coming from the sand?
Yeah, there's a spot of magic. It looks like it leads into the sand.
I'll start see him put his hand over the sand and start pulling out clumps and just shifting them aside.
You shift, you shift, you shift, and as you dig, you notice or you feel the orbs in your bag kind of humming.
Okay, okay. Do I see anything?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, he'll take out the not broken whichever, I guess the one that's not broken hums, or I guess they both hum. He'll take out one of the orbs, and like holding it in his hand and keep on digging, kind of going low to the ground to see if there's a connection somewhere.
Sorry, give me 1 more second. Sorry again. Being bombarded with a lot of nonsense. Yeah. So as you dig and you feel the hum, you feel like to go any further, you would probably have to spend half the day digging to reach where you need to get to.
It seems I have found something, and these orbs that I've been carrying are reacting to it. This may take some time. Uh, if you all wish to explore the rest of the town, while I do this, perhaps the cart and Eric can stay to supervise, and I'll keep an eye on him.
Well, we could all dig, and I do have a shovel. That should hopefully make quicker work of excavation.
If you wish to stay and help, I will not turn down the offer. I just don't wish to hold you all here. I know Kabi is eager to traverse.
Yes, I will accompany Kobe. You do wish to explore that temple back there.
Yeah, never hurts. Could uncover a bit more of the mystery here, and maybe a few bits of gold.
Well, I guess you might need a translator for Orcish. I guess I'll come in with you guys too.
Wonderful.
Are you,
See, I knew you'd come around.
are you certain? You seem rather on edge.
Me? No. What? What am I doing that makes me seem on edge?
Your tail is twitching.
It does not twitch. It waves majestically at all times. In fact, I'm so not on edge here. I'll lead the way back to the temple. Come on, boys. The not on edge Holo is leading the way.
What's wrong with her?
Keep an eye out and be careful.
Yes, you as well.
Don't tell me what to do.
He'll just roll his eyes at that and go back to digging.
Bobby's just chuckling to himself after his joke, and then trots off to the temple.
You see this big wooden temple. Uh, you know, it's got its big open double doors, kind of blowing in the desert wind, cobweb sprung around. Do you enter?
Yeah.
Why is it wooden? Who would bring lumber all the way out into the desert like this?
I don't know. Maybe they got it from the Oasis.
Maybe, but that's a lot of lumber.
Maybe they grew it. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Magic? Perhaps it's magical lumber. And Cobby's gonna walk up and he's gonna knock on the wooden wall panels.
Yes, I guess you could say anything's magic if you can't come up with an explanation, but it just strikes me as odd.
Not entirely familiar with desert construction habits, procedures, but what would you prefer them to have built their town from?
Well, stone. Stone doesn't dry out, and there's probably plenty of it at the mesa. Those stone structures.
But stone's heavier than wood to move.
Yes, and that would be
Maybe they just like maintenance.
a day's journey as well, getting it here.
But then where's the wood? I don't know. Maybe it's nothing after all. Well, let's go in carefully at least. We don't know what's been here this many years. There could be a creature inside.
Well, wouldn't that be fun? Can we name it
Paula
Bob?
puts her ear up to the wood and tries to see if she's detecting any sound.
Give me a perception check. You don't hear anything.
Well, it seems quiet enough, I guess. Still, though, let us be cautious.
Perfect. Cobby's just gonna push the door open and step right in.
As you step in, the first thing you notice is the cold. It is much colder in here. It is out there. As a matter of fact, you guys even start to shiver a bit.
Okay, maybe this was a bad idea.
Well, the door is right behind us if we wanted to exit and come back with Thou.
What else do we notice?
You notice that there is an upper level. You notice that there is a small podium that has a pot with a drawing on it that you can't tell what it is from that far. You know, dilapidated pews, cobwebs, uh, that you can probably look through. There is a room to the side on both sides, two on the left, one on the right, and then on each side of the building there are a set of stairs that goes to the upper level.
And the podium was on the upper level or the lower level?
The podium is straight ahead.
Okay. No skeletons or anything laying around?
Not in your immediate eyesight.
Well,
Polo lights a torch for the vision, but also to stay warm. Well, Kavi, where do you want to go first?
ah, well, straight ahead. We can see the other rooms from the center. Nothing can get a drop on us if we stay out in the open.
Wouldn't that mean they would get the... Whatever. Let's check out the podium, and there was a picture on that pot. What is that?
As we approach the podium, I'm just gonna like be looking in between the pews, and if there is any body or any like mass in on the ground in between the pews, I'm gonna stop.
As you get to like the third row of pews away from the podium, you will see there is like six skeletons to your left and three to your right.
Hmm. Okay. Um. Okay, I guess, two questions. First question is, do they look like they were piled there, or just like are they piled up as in like where you would dump bodies, or does it look like they're just strewn about?
The three look like they're kind of huddled together as if like holding each other. One of them is smaller than the other, very clearly
Okay.
child bones. To the left, the four are kind of scattered about. One is laying across the pew, and then the other three are kind of just falling over.
Okay. And my second question is, are there weapons discarded around them?
There are no weapons here.
There are no weapons. Um, then I'm gonna walk up to the one that's strewn over the pew, and I'm gonna take the skull. And as soon as I grab the skull, I'm gonna take 3 steps back real quick.
Kavi, don't desecrate the dead like that.
Yes, that's rather disrespectful and in poor taste, I believe.
Just to confirm, nothing happened when I did that.
Nothing happened.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna kind of hold the skull and then like turn it and look over at Basil and Hole and just go, I was just making sure they weren't gonna stand back up. And then I'm gonna just toss it back towards the body I took it from.
Give
Pull
me
a
a
face
perception
palm.
check.
Perception check. Okay.
When you toss it and it kind of clatters onto the ground, you feel like you saw something in your corner of your eyes, but it's gone.
Coming from which direction?
Straight ahead to you, so to the left.
To the left rooms?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it noticeable enough that I definitely would have been like, that was 100% movement?
It was noticeable enough that you would detect movement.
Okay. Um, as soon as I like finish tossing the skull and I see it, I'm gonna immediately pull out my hand crossbow and then just point over to where I saw it to for Basil and Holo. I saw something move that direction towards those two rooms.
Yes, you threw a skull.
I After I threw the skull. I know what the skull looked like when I tossed it.
Guess Basil will just kind of look in that direction and see if he spots anything out of the ordinary, or out of place.
You give me a perception check. No, nothing. Seems fine. You do see some cobwebs like kind of blowing about.
Perhaps you're feeling a bit of Holo's edginess, yes?
Uh, no, Basil. I'm gonna be pretty adamant this time. There was movement.
Well, I'm seeing it.
Well, perhaps my eyes are just better than yours. I mean, damn it, just follow me. And I'm going to start taking slow and careful steps towards those two rooms.
Very well.
Right?
You see Holo put on her shield. Okay.
Basil just double checks, that he has his mage armor on. It's kind of like his morning routine now, but just to make sure.
You approach. One door on your left, one on your right.
Is it dark in there, or is there like sunlight bleeding through the walls?
There's some sunlight bleeding through the walls.
Okay. Can I see anything without like putting a light source in there? In either room.
The
Just kind of
doors are
like
shut.
the doors are shut. Oh. Um does one door look less I okay. Is is there more dust and cobweb buildup on one door compared to the other?
No,
No, they look relatively the same level of abandon.
indeed.
Okay. Then I'm going to approach the door on the left and nudge it open with my foot.
You said the left?
Yeah, so if there's two doors on the left, if I'm facing them, one's on my left and one's on my right.
Yes. And the one on the right is closer to the altar, to be specific.
Yeah, I figured. So I'm gonna open the one on the left first, the one that's I guess further away from the altar.
When you open it, you find it leads to a staircase down.
Okay. And
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna slowly then open the door on the right.
You see a simple bedroom with a desk.
Any bodies?
There is one skeleton laying on the bed with its arms crossed.
And no more sign of any shadowy movement.
Nope, not at this time.
Well, um, dark stairway down to what I can assume is the crypt.
Yeah,
Let's check out.
I think we come back with the Thal before we go under.
Yeah. Let's grab that vase and then get out of here and go get Thal, and check on Thal and have Thal come back with us. So we're at full strength. Now Kabi's a little nervous.
Yeah, like good thinking, Kabi.
Yeah, Basil, grab the vase.
Ahem. I'm sorry. Did we not learn from volunteering others earlier?
Oh, right, fine. And I'm gonna walk up and just quickly snatch the vase off of the podium.
As you start to step up to where the podium would be, you feel a chill kind of run down your spine.
Then I will immediately freeze when I feel it. And listen.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
You don't hear anything, but you do. Well, what you hear is a faint sound of wind, almost like a breeze.
Was it particularly windy outside today?
Nope.
Then I'm gonna let my hands fall and step back and just shake my head and turn to Holo and Basil and go, yeah, this was a bad idea.
Maybe keep the vase there and we slowly back out.
Sounds good. Since we're closer to the vase, can we make out any of the decals on it?
On the base, you can see the drawing of what looks like wheat, like a bunch of wheat on the ground. Four stick figures kind of placing the wheat down, and then the image that they place the wheat down in front of seems to be scratched out.
No, this is what I saw on the mesa. That's what those sticks were.
People?
I guess giving offerings, maybe? But it has to be connected.
Uh,
Must be connected.
well, what if you put the wheat you picked up into the vase?
Yeah, maybe the vase is the receptacle for the wheat. I do have it
The
in my bag here.
Kabi's earlier worry is starting to dissipate because he thinks it could open up a secret door to treasure. Yeah, yeah. Why don't you put the wheat in there?
I'll have you know you're not manipulating me. I am also curious. For the record.
Ah, the record state Holo 2 is a very curious gal.
I don't like the way you said it. But all
That might
right.
be an accent thing.
Ola will put the two sheaves of wheat inside the vase.
Nothing happens. Though you do feel the cold air kind of get chillier as it shivers down your spine as you walk up to the base and place the wheat.
No. Well, that was disappointing.
Well, I guess there's only one thing missing. And Holo will transform into direwolf form.
Into the dire
Yeah, that's what the CR1 direwolf is.
wolf. This is awesome. When you transform and take a wolf form, you guys notice that the wooden structure of the temple starts to rattle and the air gets colder.
Oh, that did it.
The skeletons in the pews start to rattle and shake. And Basil, give me a perception check. Never mind.
Yep.
But yeah, everything starts to rattle a bit, and the vase kind of shakes a bit, rolls over, and drops to the ground and shatters.
Feeling imminent doom, Holo is going to try to howl as loud as she can in hopes that Thal can hear it.
Yeah, Val, you can give me a perception check, beat a 14 is the number in my head.
Jesus Christ, yeah, that's probably not happening. Oh,
Hey, it
of course.
you, from the temple side, you can hear a howl just kind of shoot out through from the temple.
How far is he along in the digging?
You're not you're making headway, you know. I wouldn't say half a day has gone by, so we'll even say you're halfway through it.
Okay, he'll hear that and be like, Eric, just be careful out here. Watch yourself. Seems there may be trouble.
Oh
And
yes.
he will start heading towards the temple in a little bit of a sprint.
As you sprint towards the temple foul, and you're the only one who has noticed. When you get to the temple entrance, and like the first thing you see is, Holo's wolf form and the battles on them all staring around the drop pot, her howling. But at the entrance of the door, you see the back of a feminine orc standing in the doorway, staring at them.
Fowron will stop short and be like, uh, hello, Basil, copy. Seems you have company. Is it moving inside or is it just standing in like at the threshold?
It's just standing at the threshold. I mean, after, Val announces himself, guys, you guys would have heard.
But you guys do hear Holo say, "Don't move a muscle, maybe they'll go back to bed."
Would detect magic still be up or would that be done?
I think detect magic is worn off by now.
Okay, thought so. Fair enough. Uh, Jesus.
Holo will then just start communicating. What do you all want?
You're just staying in wolf form.
She is. Mostly for defensive offensive capabilities, but does it seem like they're threatened by Holo specifically? Or is it hard to judge emotions of a skeleton?
Oh, the skeletons aren't up. Let me start. They were just rattling.
Oh, they're just
Right
rattling.
now, it is just the one ghastly figure at the door. and she
Oh,
does
look.
not look moved.
Maria?
Its head kind of quickly tilts to the side in very eerie. It's like just completely sideways. It's really odd.
We'll leave. I'm sorry.
It gets really cold around you, Holo. Kabi, give me a perception check. You notice a little orc girl holding onto the side of Basil.
Oh. And I'm just gonna like give her a wave.
She waves back at you.
It's all right. He's not the friendliest fella. Uh, we don't mean any harm.
Who are you talking to? Oh, gods! And he kind of like looks down and sees the ghost child. I think.
You do see the ghost child.
Basil, it's all right. He's just a little scaredy cat. That's all. Kind of funny. It's easy to prank him.
Basil just kind of looks incredulously back, at Kabi, and then back to the ghost girl, and then back to Kabi. He's like, what?
She pulls out a little wooden doggy figurine and tries to hand it to you, Basil.
Well, isn't
Okay.
that nice?
Yes. Sure. Hmm.
And he'll just very slowly kind of reach his hand down and attempt to take the dog figure.
She tries to like place it in your hand and it just falls through you and disappears. She kind of just looks down at where it drops and just stays looking down.
So, sorry about that.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
he
we
has slippery
don't mean harm.
fingers. He doesn't, he's not good at grasping things. That's why we don't let him hold anything important.
In Orcish, Holo will say to Maria, look, we mean you no harm. Is there anything we can help you with?
The orc kind of just points behind you.
Behind me is the podium and the broken vase.
Well, if you look behind you, what you see now at the podium is a male and female orc visage standing there together, hands holding. The vase is back plopped up.
Oh.
The feminine one holding the other horse's hand kind of looks to you, Holo, tilts his head, and you hear an eerie whisper in your ear. Have you answered?
Answered and answered what?
Have you forgiven us?
Or out of confusion, she shifts back into her usual form. I don't know. Speak plainly.
When they see you revert back to your form, their hands unclasp, and a few tears start to drop down every single one of their eyes. Basil, the little girl next to you specifically, starts to bawl. And then the masculine one says, "You are not her."
I'm Holo the Wise Wolf. I don't know who you were expecting.
You are not her. You are not her. You are not her. And the whole building starts to rattle a bit as their form starts to become more dilapidated. Their fully formed orc bodies start to look more ghoulish and zombie-ish and ripped apart and monstrous. And the female one next to her eyes start to glow a bright red as her mouth just drops down low, hanging just below her chest. And that's we'll pause.
What? That's where we'll pause. Jeff, where do you live? So I can fly out, so we can fight. Just let me know.
Hee
That's it.
Bit
There
of a
you go.
puzzler.
That's where we're ending.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
it's 8:17. We have time. What do you what? What is this?
Build
Yeah.
suspense. I understand, Jeff.
Toxic.
Yeah, well, now that I have a better grasp of what direction we're heading, that's why I feel like I can prepare something better for you guys now. So that's why I'm stopping here.
I'm calling HR.
Please understand.
Oh, but what did they want? Who do they think Holo is?